Welcome back to Yvette's View, where we continue to vibe high on good high vibrations. And today I wanted to share with you something that I've learned on my journey to add to my life, which is the power of surrender. And I did say power of surrender because the way I used to perceive surrender, I didn't perceive it as powerful. I didn't perceive that as something that would be really beneficial, because in surrendering, it almost appears as if you lost, as if you wasn't the victor. And once I learned and used that tool, surrender, it showed me how powerful that it really was. I really, family, had no idea that there was power in surrender. And as I have been learning different tools to add to my life and moving from one dimension to the next, I started to see things differently. And I started to perceive things differently. I chose surrender to be a tool that was easily accessible to me during a situation that really wasn't going to, had I not used surrender, it would have caused havoc within my own avatar. If I would have chose a different or an old pattern of dealing with a situation, it would have caused dis-ease. It would have caused stress. It would have caused sleepless nights. In surrender, I received joy. In surrender, I received happiness. I had no idea that I could receive power tools all encompassed in surrender. I think once I chose love, though, as my guide, as the forethought of in all that I attempt to do and all that I choose to do, I choose to do it in love. It tends to have me doing things and using tools that I used to perceive as weakness, that I used to perceive as being a chicken, whereas in my 3D mindset, fight, 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 never back down, never give in, never give up. But that was because of the way I saw it. Surrendering doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you're giving over. You take it. If that's what you choose to have in your garden, you take that. Had I been in a different mindset, which I used to participate in, I now know the difference between how it made me feel internally. And once my health, my physical health and my mental health and spiritual health became number one, then I had to do things differently. I'm telling you, When I used to perceive surrender as weakness, I was always fighting. Most times it was internal, walking a new path, walking on this new journey that I've chosen for myself. Every day I choose love to be my guide, to be the wings that I soar on. And when there are times when things or when winds blow, as they're going to, how do I navigate? Do I fight against the wind? Do I try to go against it, or do I go with the flow of it? Surrender allows me to go with the flow of it, because if I'm going with the flow of it, there's not going to be a lot of turbulence versus if I try to go against it. But there's always different ways to handle situations. And I'm not going to say that there are not times where you don't need to stand and fight and handle situations differently. But even in that stand and fight, there's a little bit of that surrender of how you're going to stand and fight. The power of giving over, not giving in, but giving over to someone or to something. There's power in it. And you can stand tall, with your back straight, with a smile on your face, with a joy and a peace in your heart that is unmatched, that you wouldn't even experience if you took another route. Surrender, man, taught me and showed me that in real time. The moment I chose to surrender, I became the victor in that battle, because I was able to walk away with my soul, mind, and body intact. I was able to have more benefits in surrender than the alternative of fighting and getting myself all upset and stressed out, and self-talk of inadequacies, or self-talk of not good enough, or self-talk of everything that's negative, instead of receiving the charge of peace, the charge of joy, the recharge, if you will, of love, implementing back within. That was what I received. That was my experience. And I just wanted to share that with you, family, because that had been on my heart and my mind. I'm like, I need to share just some of that information of what I received. I hope that in some way you can use the power of surrender in your life, and watch how you can easily continue to skip to my loop and be in a different love frequency just in using that power. Surrender is a powerful tool, and once used in any of your battles that you would tend to want to stand up and fight and roar against, and sometimes it's easy just to give that on over. Let them have it. You got it. It's yours. and walk away, whew, there's power in it, man. There's power in surrender. And I'm so grateful to have had that experience. I trust that you will get something out of this, something that you might be able to use in your life, in your walk, in your journey. In my journey, it was the best tool I could have ever used, along with staying on that good high vibration, that good love high vibration. So with that being said, family, I'm going to let it go here, and I will come back with another episode soon. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit the word all so that you're notified every time I post a video. Stay high on that good high vibration. Peace.